But let me take you through this digital marketing course that we have designed and how this is different from a lot of other courses that you have in the market. Because most of the other courses that you will see is emphasizing on the power of digital, is emphasizing on the knowledge part of the different channels that are available. All of those things are important, but those things are easily accessible on platforms. Like you have so many data points which are available, so many guides which are available, videos which are available. So anybody who wants to spend a little time can go through this and understand. And also, this is one sentence that you should look at it, where Elon Musk talks about knowing a new subject or understanding any subject. So you need to create the subject as a semantic tree, where you need to have your trunk and the big branches clear first, and then you need to add the leaves. And this is the reason why a lot of people who read, but they are not able to use that knowledge to take a decision. You must have seen in your company as well that there are many people who do a lot of reading, do a lot of learning, but then they are not problem solvers. They don't come up with strategies, they don't come up with solutions. So that is a problem that can be addressed if you have a proper semantic tree for decision making. And this is what we are very good at, because we have been doing this for last 15 years, and we have been designing strategies for many big companies to small companies. And if you give me 30 minutes, I can build a strategy for any company. And it's not because I am the smartest of all, but there is a structure that we have created in our mind. So I can go step 1 to step nth and find out many answers to the queries that I wanted to answer, and then through that I can build a strategy around it. And that is the exact thing that you can learn, that where to start, where to end, and how do you create a flow for digital marketing. Okay, so where do you start? When do you do a competitor analysis? Why do you do a competitor analysis? How do you see a buyer's journey? And what steps are important in the buyer journey? I'll give you an example. Is many people do digital marketing and then they allocate almost 80 to 90% of their money to create awareness. That is, they will go and they will spread the word about their business, and then they will say that they're not getting returns in digital marketing. But maybe creating awareness is the easiest thing in digital, because you know the TG, you can spend the money and you can reach out to people. But after reaching out to people, what is the concern that people have in terms of creating consideration for your product? Like, why should they buy your product? So maybe unless that is not fixed, creating awareness is not important. So at different phase of your business, you might have to do different allocation. Maybe the first phase of business, you are going to spend almost your 60% of your money in creating interest and consideration, and you may be spending a 20-25% in bringing new people to the website, rather than spending 80% of people bringing to the website and only 20% you're investing into converting them. And these are things that we do with many of the clients that we work with, and it's a very, very structured process that you will get. How much of investment, like how do we invest 2 crore rupees on a yearly basis for our clients? How do we distribute the money into different buckets? What are these buckets? And when we distribute this money, how do our customers calculate the ROI? So because we will have to answer our customers that if we are investing certain amount of money, how do we calculate the ROI? How do we calculate ROI from short term? How do we calculate ROI from long term? All of these queries will be answered in this course. And this course is about a 20-hour course. That means we will have 10 sessions of 2 hours each, where we'll be explaining. But meanwhile, between one session to the other session, you will also be given a lot of reading material. You will also be given some activities to do, and that will be handled by Professor Ranjan Das, his team. And because we are highly disciplined by Professor Ranjan Das and his team, and Professor Ranjan Das is from IIM Calcutta. He is one of the person who started the online training in I am Calcutta, we will be running all the courses through his system. Because currently we are on Zoom, but we will be running everything through his system. That means his team is going to moderate everything in terms of the case studies, moderate before even attending the session. You will have to go through the case study and share the case studies with us, and then there will be a team that will check the case study, help you improve the case study, and also there will be attendance in between just to see that how many people are attending. So on everything basis there will be a scoring that will be done by Professor Ranjan and his team, and he has been the pioneer in terms of online training, and he has realized the good part and the bad part of online training where we lack, and that is why this interaction between sessions are very important. So overall 30% of the work is through online session, but 70% of the work is through offline reading, offline cases, and also helping you further. And I train at HP, I train at many other companies in India as well as abroad. So right now, last week I had 2 sessions here in UK, and everywhere people find our courses very interesting for the reason that this is highly simplified. Like somebody said, honey, I'm writing a very long letter to you because I don't have time. And that is exactly what happens when you don't have time. You can easily write long letters and unstructured courses, but in order to make a concise course or a structured course, you need to really spend a lot of time in structuring it. And this is not just for course, but we hire a lot of fresh MBAs and we train them. So we train them through these courses, and we've been doing that for the last 15 years. So we know how to structure it so that somebody who joins our company can quickly learn the strategies of digital and are able to guide our customers in creating strategies without too much of background knowledge in digital, but still with a structure they are able to do better. And that's where we are good at, and that's what you will be learning through this courses. So I will be interested in looking at the queries that you have so that I can answer those queries one by one. So you have the chat box. You can come on the chat box, or if you want to, I think the chat box will be the easiest way. But if you are on a mobile and you are not able to type, it's okay. You can come on the voice and let us know what are the queries, and I will answer your queries one by one. So you want to type in the queries, or do you want to speak out the queries? Whatever is comfortable with you, please go ahead. So some of the, I think the common query that we had was the structure of the course. So the structure of the course is highly designed towards bringing the digital marketing flow, that is from step 1 to step nth. How do you look at digital marketing strategy? And towards the last 4 session, we will be covering details of the top channels, which includes SEO, PPC, social media, email marketing. So we are going to cover almost 12 channels, and we will give you the structure around these 12 channels. And before that, we will also put the whole structure of digital marketing, that when we are doing a digital marketing strategy, how do you look at it step by step? That is what we will be covering. And in fact, on this Sunday's session, all of you can join us on this Sunday session, because we'll give you a brief about, because the Sunday session I'll extend it for an hour or so, because we are expecting a lot more people to come on the Sunday session, and I'll explain further on the courses. But then, as I said, that the training on these 20 hours is just 30% of our overall training. But apart from this, you will almost get a 200 hours of reading and 200 hours of overall work and experiment that you can do. And I am more or less sure that if you participate in these courses, full-heartedly. There is no reason why you should not become very confident about the digital marketing strategies, whether you are doing it for your own company or you are learning it to upskill so that you can go and do some better job in any organizations that either you are in currently or you want to join in. So this will give you immense confidence, because that's the way we look at it. If you close your eyes and if you can't see your subject, that means you will not be able to see that subject. Okay, so Tanvi says, what is the role of AI in digital marketing? So these are things that we will cover, but the way you should look at digital marketing is there is a core of digital marketing, then there is an integration of digital marketing, and then there are trends of digital marketing. So when it comes to trends of digital marketing, that's where AI is currently. AI has not become a part of the core, but if you see today's Google AdWords is run very in depth in terms of AI, and we are also expecting that in few years the AI and machine learning will help you to create advertisement by itself. Like last year, there were almost 6,000, 7,000 ads created by many by few companies, which was primarily nobody even touched the ads. All the ads were created using machine learning for people. So what we expect from AI is, one is the amount of data and targeting which will be available to you can be a lot more automatic. So today, if you see the advertising option that you have both in Facebook, Google, and by the way, almost 63-65% of your ad budgets are spent on Google and Facebook. So if you see from the automated bid perspective, that you just give it to Google or Facebook saying that I want more conversions, and Google and Facebook optimizes it for you. That's where the AI also comes into the picture. And previously, maybe around 2 years back, I was not at all confident in doing that in any of my advertisement. I would always go with manual because I had more control and I had more optimization option with me. But today I am a lot more comfortable in giving that option, saying that automatically optimize my campaigns for more conversions, or automatically optimize my campaigns for the current TG so that I can get more views. And this is where the current AI has become very, very effective, where all the data from Google and Facebook is available and they optimize it to give you the returns. And that's one level of AI. But the other level of AI that you can put in is at your level. Because let me also explain you what do you mean by AI. So around maybe 10-15 years back, we did not had enough data in the digital space, and then people started creating data. So there were plenty of blogs written, there was plenty of activities being done, and according to the Google CEO, in 2003 alone, the amount of data that we created was equivalent to the data that we created till 2003 from the dawn of the civilization. So in 1 year we created so much of data, and every year the data doubles. And today, whatever data that you see in the world, 90% of the data is created in last 2 years. So the amount of data that we created is immense and it is huge. So the data that is created and the human consumption that we have, we can't consume the data that is there now. So between the data and between us, there is a layer that is required that will simplify the data for you and will give you more insightful data rather than just the raw data. That is the layer of artificial intelligence that we are talking about. Now the data is so huge that even you are not able to put the data in different buckets. That how do I separate these buckets and how do I code in such a way that I get my reports. But today, the data will be able to process itself and give you the element. One of the things is creating dynamic advertisement in Google. So you just give the URL of the website and it will be able to figure out the right type of keywords for which you should run advertisement, the right landing pages where they should land, and there's some level of advertisement that can automatically come in from there. And that is kind of the processing power and the AI power today advertising is offering. So this is just one part of it, and I will also show you some of the other examples where people are using the AI. But I will suggest that the glittering part of it and the future of digital marketing is only applicable for all of us if our core is right. And we are going to emphasize a lot on the core. And once the core is ready, and I will also give you the websites which you should read to get all of these latest trends, and as well as learning about a particular subject if you want to learn, like AI in PPC. I will give you enough videos and documents so that you can go through and read about it. But that is only applicable for you if your core is clearly ready. Okay. So you say it's automate digital marketing activities. See, automating digital marketing activities is very much possible at certain levels, but there are few things that is always a choice of the business, because there cannot be a right and wrong. Now, this is practically impossible that everybody automates their digital marketing and it works for you, because marketing is about reaching out to your audiences and impressing them. Okay. So Alnur says, kindly send me this video on my email. Sure, we will surely do that. Not a problem. Okay. See, the automation where you need to look at automation in digital marketing is, there are elements like the ones that we call it as marketing automation is basically from the journey of a customer. Instead of you sending one email at a time to people, now you can create a whole tree of decision making, that somebody who has come to this page and that page, and then they opened that email, then send them this new email. So in that case, those kind of automations is done. But how do you decide your target group? How do you decide the messaging that will go to the target group? So optimizing that is still a very skillful job. That is where the conversions are going to happen. And in fact, I think since my screen is shared, let me see if I have the screen available to me. I'll just, yeah. If you can see my screen, this is where in digital marketing, maybe around 5 years, 6 years back, or maybe even a little longer than that, just creating a website or doing an advertisement was digital marketing, because other people are not able to do it well. So if you could do it well, you were able to get the returns. So all of us were very busy in optimizing the AdWords and optimizing the SEO and everything. But today, that is very much available to any fresher, or anybody can optimize AdWords or your advertisement or your SEO in a very easy way, because all the information is available. And plus, Google and all the other platforms have shifted from data to signals. So they also understand what is right and what is wrong in much bigger sense rather than some data set. So now just creating advertisement or just creating website is not the key, which can still be automated. But what is more important is the messaging. So you understanding the TG, you understanding the channel, and then you creating a message out of it. I'll give you an example. Is when we are working for this yoga client, so they provide yoga at home, and in order to create better conversion rate, what we did is we divided that into multiple groups. So one group was gender, so we separated male and female. Then what we did is we separated age groups into different buckets. So we did 13 to 18, 18 to 24, 24 to 35 in that way. And then we separated the locations where they have presence, like they were in Bombay, Calcutta and Bangalore and some of the other places. So now with these three combinations, you have many TG that is available. So out of this, what we saw is that males were not reacting good to yoga at home, okay, because yoga primarily is done by females 80% of the time. It's only 20% at the time that males are interested in yoga, and that is statistics so far in the market. And then what we saw is between the age group of 25 to 35, they were responding really good to yoga at home. And there what we did is we did further optimization, and we saw that even 25-26 age groups are reacting more like a 23 and 24 age group. So we put our bucket as 27 to 35 as one age group for female. And in Calcutta, Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, everywhere they were reacting very good to yoga, and the message that worked for them was that yoga strengthens you from inside, to strengthen the woman who did you. And that message, even without, and when we put a image of a person coming to your home and doing yoga compared to a woman who is liberated and who is jumping in the sea and feeling the strength, the woman jumping in the sea was more converting for us rather than because the time you show somebody coming to your home and doing yoga, probably they have much more concerns rather than the support. So, and plus most of them had the concern of the female yoga trainers, and so they procrastinate the decision making at that level. But the age group between 13 to 18, they were interested in yoga not for strengthening themselves, but they were interested in doing yoga for beauty. And the people in Bombay were interested in yoga, but people in Calcutta were not interested in yoga. And same, females between 13 to 18. So 13 to 18 converted in Bombay for us for yoga for beauty. And same thing between 18 to 24, both in Calcutta and Bombay and Delhi and Bangalore, everywhere it converted for yoga for beauty. But in 13 to 18, it did not convert anywhere except that in Bombay. So if you see that those kind of segmentation can be done automatically, but the message, that what message should go to the customer, is where the game is today. So understanding the PG and understanding the message is very, very critical for today's business, and that's where the leaders will be created. Okay, so that we will be explaining further. So that is what we need to understand, that when we do digital marketing, the in-depth of digital marketing, that how do we divide every step. Like when we talk about awareness, we have divided awareness into three parts: TV, channel, and messaging. How do we look at it? How do we solve these problems step by step? That's what you will be able to understand from our courses. Alright. So I think on Sunday we will be answering a lot more queries. So since, as I said, that I'm in UK right now and we have some meetings in Parliament today, and this came up all of a sudden and I was not aware of it. But then that's something, a good opportunity for us to go and meet some of these people in Parliament. And I'll bring in all the knowledge, and in fact I'll also share some of the exposures that we get when we deal with international markets. Okay, like currently there is a GDPR as a major concern happening across the European market, which is the General Data Protection Regulation, and this is going to impact Facebook, Google, everyone. And in fact Facebook has already launched the GDPR. You must have got some emails from Facebook about the GDPR perspective. That's something that we will be explaining it to you, that how these things matter and why these things are going to be more and more critical, because the amount of data that you had access to will get reduced. And also, if you are marketing to a European country, irrespective of whether you belong to European, as a company you belong to European Union or not, but if you are marketing to a European customer, you are also liable for the same lawsuit. So that means people can sue you for up to the 4% of your global revenue. It can go up to a 20 million penalty. So these are things that are happening all across the world, and Facebook, Google, everybody is gearing up to you, up to these kind of laws, and this is going to get implemented somewhere in May of this year. And so that's like a lot of preparations are happening around it. So I'll explain it to you, and I'll also explain it to you that how the advertisement on Google is getting impacted. Like yesterday I met some of these people from the University of Portsmouth, where they had been doing some like amazing advertisement at Sky TV, where the advertisement was only shown to 7 people, and out of these 7 people, 3 people purchased. And what we're talking about is Aston Martin advertisement, so where this is only purchased. So the advertisement is so targeted to people whose income is more than 100,000 euros in a year, plus who already have a sports car. So that kind of detailing can be done, and the detailing that is available to you in India and the detailing that is available in UK are two different things, even from a Facebook perspective. So I will show you that when you're running Facebook advertisement, how you should run Facebook advertisement, even if you're targeting two different locations, how you should separate it so that you get all of these data points available to you when you do advertisement. Okay, and this process are going to be way more expensive than what it is right now. But since this is the early stage where we want to give away the knowledge and create the success stories for you guys, so that you can speak about how you benefited, and many of the people who joined, um, us in terms of the company. Some of them got selected in Google, some of them selected in Facebook, and all of them were freshers. But they've got a 5x, 10x kind of a growth in their career. And the reason why they got so much of growth in their career is because of the structures that we put in, and because the market is allowing it to grow. And the market, there is a huge demand for people, but the problem with the current market is that the people are not available. There is a huge demand. You can get amazing job, but in order to survive in that job, you need all of this knowledge and the structure so that you are able to do it. So there is no reason why you should not take up the job, and but there is also a high demand that when you take up the job, you should also be ready for the job. And as we say, dance pe dance. You should take the chance, and you should also dance at those chances and build a good career out of it. And this industry offers you. If you're not growing a 5x to 10x in this industry in next 3 to 4 years, there's nobody else to blame but us, because the market is very, very much there for all of you. All right. So I think that's what we will close the session today here. But I will be very keen. So I'm leaving my message here to all of you that that's my email ID. Okay. Or okay. So you can drop me an email and keep Uttam also in CC on that. Okay. So that all of your queries will be answered, and join in these courses only once you are convinced that you are going to take the effort to learn digital marketing in the right way. You are going to spend that kind of time in building it up. And as I said, there is no reason if you do it well, then you will be able to encash this opportunity which Indian market is allowing. And I am operating a lot in UK market, and you'll be surprised the demand that digital marketing mix has in any country. Okay, so people, and here the consulting rates are also very, very high. You can easily charge 150 to 200 pounds an hour for consulting. So the market is very, very big, but yes, you need to grow faster to capitalize on this, because by next 2 to 3 years the market will get crowded. Alright, so I think with this I will stop this session here, but I think it answered some of your queries, and it also helped you understand the delivery method that we will have. So our delivery method will constitute 30% of training, but 70% of this thing will be interaction between the sessions, which will be primarily managed by the Professor Das of IIM Calcutta in his SLTS as a whole methodology. He will be guiding us through that. And on Sunday session, you guys are free to join in again, and we will be answering most of your queries there. I hope that answers a lot of queries for you. And that's it from my end. I will also have to rush through now. Okay. Thank you so much to everyone for attending it. And on Sunday, Uttam will send you the link. So for the Sunday session, which will be a lot more detailed session. Alright. And do send us all your queries so that we can answer all of your queries. Thank you so much, everyone.